My name is Balaruban K. The topic is about presentation and the key elements of the presentation. A presentation is basically a tool which conveys information from a speaker to an audience. Presentations are typically demonstration, introduction, lecture, or speech meant to inform, persuade, inspire, and etc. These presentations are usually required preparation, organization, and event planning, writing, and use of visual aids. The key elements of presentation consist of a presenter, audience, the message, the actual content of the presentation, and then the reaction and method to deliver speech for organizational success in an effective manner. These presentations are widely used in a tertiary work setting, such as accountants giving a detailed report on a company's financials, or an entrepreneur pitching their venture idea to the investors. The term can also be used for a formal or ritualized introduction or offering. As with the presentation of a debutant, presentation in a certain format are also known as keynotes. An interactive presentation in which the audience is involved are also represented more and more frequently. Instead of a monologue, this creates a dialogue between the speaker and the audience. The advantage of the interactive presentation is, for example, that it attracts more attention from the audience and that the interaction creates a sense of community. Now we can come into the elements of presentation. Presentations are thoughtfully put together to provide information in an engaging way. Important elements of a presentation include the method. Method refers to how a presentation is delivered, in person, over the internet, or recorded in advance, for instance, etc. We can inform that even this is called as a presentation. Then context, the main so-called context. The context consider the presentation aspects such as where and when the presentation will take place, whether it will be take place in live or what people would like to learn from the presentation. Then come the important the message. The message is the central idea of the presentation that the presenter that the presenter would like the audience to remember. Then comes the presenter. The presenter is the one who delivers the presentation to the audience. Then comes the audience. The audience is a group of people to whom the presenter is giving the presentation and elaborates the presentation. Then we are going to talk about the visual elements of the presentation. Visual elements are the images included in a presentation to add interest and to display information in an understandable way. These visual elements that can be included in a presentation include many things like picturizations, graphs, and etc. Then after the key elements of the presentation, we are coming to the purpose of the presentation. First, it's crucial to identify the purpose of the presentation, which is its goals. For instance, the purpose might be convincing the audience to agree with your perspective on a debate. Trying to secure a scholarship or defending the thesis for a grade. To determine the purpose of a presentation, presenters can ask themselves questions like the following: why I'm giving this presentation, who I'm giving the presentation to, what do I want the audience to learn from this presentations, and what do I want to get out the delivering via this presentation. Identifying the overall objective of giving the presentation is important because all the parts of the presentation should support that purpose. Once you identify the purposes, keep it in the mind as you develop all aspects of the presentation. And now here I am concluding this topic by saying that presentation is one of the most important tool for the upcoming students and the businessmen and every person who need to convey the message to the audience in a proper and perfect way. Thank you.